lockdown begin. Raze back live again. Pop culture, entertainment, of course, the hot topics. Traveling somewhere in the tropics. Usually for Zerb, for smoke show panels, $1 million plays. We expanding the channel, they say opinions like assholes. Watch your mouth at all times, and don't mess up the cash flow, we live.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Raze back live again. Big time news in the sports world for the New Yorkers. The New York Knicks have indeed saved their season, keeping hope alive for many Knicks fans in this city. 106-100 is the final score of what was a great game, great entertainment. 106-100. Let's get into this, man. Hit the like button as you guys come in. Hit that like button as you guys come in, because we had a excellent game. It was great watching, and shout out to the Knicks, man. Shout out to the Knicks. They got down by 20 points again. 20 points yet again. This is the third time they have come back in these playoffs down 20 points to win a game. 2 times versus Boston, and now they did it third time against the Pacers, and this never been done before. Now I got a stat for you guys, and this is right now is becoming angels in the outfield for both teams now. Most 20-point comebacks wins in a single postseason. The Knicks have 3 right now. The Pacers have 2. Right? No one else has ever done this more than once, right? Nobody else has done it more than once in the history of the playoffs. And these 2 teams, both, Knicks 3 times, Pacers 2 times, and something's going on, guys. There's some angels in the outfield stuff going on with this series. Of course, y'all guys know game 1. The Tyrese Halliburton game, and game 2, close, but this was another 20-point comeback. What is going on? It went exactly to 20 points, 20-point lead. That's when the Knicks said, okay, we got them right where we want them, and they came back and won. You gotta give credit to Karl-Anthony Towns. They call him a sassy Carl, but great game. He played like an actual big man instead of always going to the ground at the trying to get a foul on everything and flopping to the ground every time. He played like a big man. You know what I mean? He drove the ball inside. He punished the defenders that was on him. I love the grit and the toughness. He was asking for the ball. He wasn't scared at the moment. He wanted the ball. And Karl-Anthony Towns, the big cat, is the reason the Knicks won this game. And I was at the Garden yesterday. I was like, look, Knicks, let's get one of these games, and let's give the New York fans something to believe in. Let's give the New York fans, if you want to call it false hope, because it's still going to be tough for the Knicks to win the series since they screwed up and lost the first 2 games in the Garden. But they got this game. I said, let's get back to the Garden for at least a game 5. So now the Knicks fans that have been supporting the team all season long, rabid fans, they get to have one more game inside New York City. And let's see how that goes, because the Knicks have been able to finish off these teams better on the road, which is weird, which is strange. I don't know. I don't know why they can't, finish off these games at the Garden. I don't know what their problem is. Maybe it's the pressure of the playing in front of your home crowd. I don't know. I don't know what's that about. What's all that about? I don't know. But they give the city another home game, which I'm happy. I'm happy about that. I'm really looking forward to that. I still believe that, and I got to go back my prediction that the Knicks buried themselves by losing those first 2 games at the Garden. I don't, it's gonna be tough for them to win the series. I am encouraged because they won a close game. I was surprised, and it was a 20-point game at first. It was a 20-point game. Now that was going into like halftime, then they cut it down to 14. Matter of fact, actually, wait a minute, they were they were down by 14 at the half, but they were down by 20. They did, but that, like I said, that 20, was they down by 14 or 13, right? 14 or 13 at the halftime. Now also, guys, and for you guys were killing Coach Thibodeau, trying to tell me he deserved to be fired and this and that. And I was getting on some of you guys in the chat. I was like, no, y'all guys are unloyal. You guys are bugging. The Knicks haven't been to the Eastern Conference Finals in 25 seasons, and the one coach that finally gets you there, you are so disgruntled and mad that they're down 0-2. You want to see him fired. You want to get rid of him for a Sam Cassell, some people were saying. I'm like, what the hell? Sam Cassell? You guys are out your mind. And I'm here to tell you, this was the best coached Tom Thibodeau game I've ever seen. Down 20, then down 14. And then your top players in foul trouble. Cat had 4 fouls. Eventually, Brunson had 5 fouls. And this was like in the third quarter, fourth quarter, for him to have the Coach Tom Thibodeau, to have to balance taking them in and out so they were not fouled out of the game. Then having to sub them in offense for defense towards the end of the game, knowing both were in foul trouble, one more foul, they going out the game, was brilliant. It was chess personified. Tom Thibodeau, that's your coach. That is a professional coach. He has the respect of his players. He needs to stay the coach, even if they do not come back and win this series. He needs to get another run with this team next year. I don't want to hear no more nonsense about he needs to go. He needs to be replaced for Sam Cassell. You guys have lost your damn minds. Hit that like button, though. Hit that like button because, like I said, man, great gutsy win by the Knicks. I think that, like I said, even if they go down, 3 games to 1, it still gives New York one more home game. They could go out there, have some fun, celebrate, and maybe have some false hope that they can win. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Will. Shout out to the Knicks. Yeah, you said it. Yeah, Will. You said it, Will. You said it. And I give the Knicks a lot of credit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Tom Thibodeau, great chess moves, great coaching job, whatever we had. Brunson had like 23. Like I said, they would not have won the game without Cat, though. Karl-Anthony Towns, great job. I know people were kind of like, some people were kind of just, they didn't really like the trade, in the beginning for Towns, but I knew you had a legit star on your hand. You know what I'm saying? He's showing it. He showed it this past game, and he hit his free throws. He hit his free throws in the clutch time also, for the most part. So great job by Cat. Great job by the Knicks. And we'll see if the Knicks can actually tie the series up on, I believe, what's today? It's Saturday. What's today? Sunday? On Tuesday night. Let me see. Cat had to step up Brunson's poor performance. Yeah, and that's what happened. You got to pick up your teammates. You know what I mean? Brunson was struggling a bit and foul trouble, and Cat had to pick him up. You know what I'm saying? You know, Brunson scored 43 and 36 points in consecutive games, and it was time for, you know, of course, you're not gonna be perfect every game, and you know, so Cat came through and played like a star. He played like a legit star tonight, and that's what you got to do when you're the second guy. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick up your number one guy when he's struggling. And Cat came through. Like I say, he's 24 points. You know, and most of the points came in the second half. I think he only had like 4 or 6 points in the first half. So he did his thing, man. And great job, Cat. Great job, Knicks. You know, great job, Knicks. You know, shout out. Yeah, we discussed that earlier. You know, that was a fun live earlier. That was a fun live earlier. Jamie's, you know, OG. Yes, OG stepped up also. All the way. OG stepped up also. 20 point comeback. Yeah, and it's like something is in the air. You know, it's mysterious. 3 times now. 3 times. It was starting to look like the Knicks was gonna get buried once they went down by 20. I was like, oh boy, here we go. Even though it was early, I know these 20-point leads get, you know, erased quick, especially with everybody shooting threes nowadays. You're gonna erase a 20-point lead quick, and thank goodness the Knicks actually was able to get that down to like 13. You know what I mean? Before they actually went into the halftime, you know what I mean? So, yeah, just great fight, man. Great fight. They did not throw in the towel after being down by 20, which I was concerned about after the way they lost the first 2 games. I started to think, well, they probably feel like they just can't beat this team, you know, even in a close game, whatever, no matter what they do, and they probably just going to pack it in. But I got to give, and that comes with coaching. The coaching, you got to give the coaches and the coaching staff credit to keep that team, you know, motivated to continue to fight back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to give Coach Tibbs credit. You know what I'm saying? You got to, man. You know, he got to get another season after this. Got to. It'd be snakish. It would be backstabbish if you was to get rid of Coach Tibbs after this season. Tom Thibodeau, a guy that's gotten you to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years, for a team that hasn't won nothing for like the past 40 years. And y'all want to fire the one guy that has gotten you this far. Shameful. It's disgusting. It's disloyal. And I'm rooting for Coach Tibbs to get this team to the finals. It's still going to be an uphill climb because, like I said, they done screwed up losing the first 2 games in the Garden. I still think that the Pacers are going to win this because it's like that. You got to go back to the Garden. And the Knicks have, for whatever reason, they just can't close out these games at the Garden. So I guess the Pacers will have the edge at the Garden. I mean, and Game 7 would be at the Garden, which I thought the series was going to go 7 from the beginning. But the Pacers would be at the Garden. They love playing at the Garden. Knicks don't play as well at the Garden. They've played well in the series, but they haven't closed them out well at the Garden. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be tricky. Can you imagine the Knicks crawl all the way back to force a Game 7 at the Garden and lose a freaking Game 7 in the Garden? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine the Knicks crawl all the way back, force a Game 7, and lose that Game 7 at the Garden? That's why I'm still iffy on them taking the series, because I have no faith that, you know, there's no confidence. Normally, when you home, you're like, all right, we got that Game 7 at the Garden. You know, I have zero confidence that they're going to win that game. I have zero confidence. But like I said, congratulations to the Knicks and Knicks fans, you know. And I think I'm going to do a pregame show at the Garden on Tuesday. So, not at the Garden, but yeah, I'll be at the Garden. They play at another game in Indiana first, though, but I'll be at the Garden. Shout out to Melvin Riddle Indiana couldn't get off their high. The Indianapolis 500 taking place there also didn't help them. Oh, okay. You know what? I didn't even know that. I didn't even know the Indianapolis 500 was today. I told you, Raze, they were going to win Game 3. Yeah, you was Nostradamus. You was Nostradamus. What up, Rolando G? Salute, Rolando G's in the building. The image of Halliburton doing the choke gesture could be the momentum swing. I don't know, because they lost. I mean, they won Game 2. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that's because they would have lost. Matter of fact, they would have lost that game in overtime. Remember, he did it prematurely. He thought the game was over when he did that. When he did this, you know what I'm saying? He thought the game was over, but his foot was on the line. It just went there. So if that was the case, they would have lost the game in overtime. They would have lost Game 1 in overtime. You know what I'm saying? And they had a chance to go down by 6, and then the next game, Game 2, they won. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I wouldn't really say that this image right here, you know, would be the reason. But that's just my opinion. But like I said, if y'all just tuned in to hit the like button. Quick live, 106, 100, the final. Great comeback. Gritty, gutsy win. They could have folded. You know, Knicks, like I said, it's Coach Tibbs. You gotta respect that man. He got his players to, you know, fight back, claw back, and not give up and not quit, because they could have easily just said, you know what, I don't want to, you know what, I'm a come back from 20 points down again just to lose at the end, like the first 2 games. You know what I'm saying? Like to lose another close game. So that shows some mental toughness. And with his players in foul trouble, you have to give Coach Tibbs credit with the way he coached that game. You know, he brought more people in. You know, but he was forced to bring more people off the bench in because of his star players in foul trouble. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's another thing. The referees got to stop blowing that whistle. They blow the whistle for every contact, man. You got to let the player just play sometime. I mean, I watch college basketball, and they don't have nearly as many fouls being called, any many whistles. Sometimes it could get a little sloppy with all of the jail ball, but it's better. It's more free flowing for the fans to watch. Besides whistle, every other play. So whistle. Then they start doing this thing where they want to go. They start doing that. Oh, we got to see the replay. I'm like, oh, here we go. They be like, replay. That you just like. It's annoying. It's annoying as hell. You know what I'm saying? But you know, but anyway, this series is turning into a classic all-timer. If the Knicks can win on Tuesday, this is going to be probably one of the all-time great series in the history of the NBA, the way it's shaping. It seems like it's 2 evenly matched teams. And this is shaping out to be a classic. I think Halliburton only had about 20 points. I predicted that he was going to get his 27. He didn't. He's going to have to like score more. He's going to have to be around 27 points. He's going to have to get Tyrese Halliburton. He's going to have to hit like 27, 28. You know what I'm saying? Points. But this was a fun game. You know, I've had a great time looking at the series. And great for the NBA. Great for the NBA. You know, that, you know, this rivalry is catching, you know, some attention. You know what I'm saying? No, don't fire him. No, we're not firing Coach Tibbs. God damn it. We are not firing Coach Tibbs. And you stop that. You need to stop. You don't fire the guy that has gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 damn years. You do not do that. I will not have you saying that. Well, you can say whatever you want, but you can't be serious. You cannot be serious, and you want to hire Sam Cassell. That's what I'm saying. I was at the Garden yesterday. Some people say, "Oh, you can hire Sam Cassell. Give Sam Cassell a chance." I'm like, why are you doing this? Why? Don't do that. That is awful. You didn't even say Mike Malone. the guy that was fired by the Denver Nuggets, who won a title a couple of years ago. You said Sam Cassell. Some people saying bring Mark Jackson. Mark ain't coaching a decade. Maybe longer now, like 15 years. Y'all are bugging. Hit the like button though. Celebrating this Knicks win. Epic live earlier today. Yo, shout out to you, MK. Thank you for watching that one. You know that was an epic live. Like I said, shout out to Keith and Midtuition for giving us that content to talk about. These two teams are the comeback hit, says Anders. Yes. And like I said, I read that stat. You know what I'm saying? No other team, most 20-point comeback wins in single postseasons, 3 by the Knicks, 2 by the playoffs. No one else has done it more than once. So 20-point comebacks, comeback kids, the cardiac kids, you know what I mean? Both teams. And this has been, a joy to watch, actually. Term, it's comical when Knicks and Mets fans get their hopes up. Now, like I'm saying, maybe this is false hope. Term. But it's better to have false hope being down 2-1 than to be down 3-0. It didn't talk about, well, we could be the first team to ever come back 3-0 and win a series in the NBA, because it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's better to have this type of hope, some false hope, than just like, this is not that out of the realm that it's not that out of a realm that the Knicks could tie it now. You know what I'm saying? Football is boring, but your enthusiasm is infectious. Oh, well, Zed, now you probably talk about football, soccer, but we're talking basketball, Zed. You know, the round ball, Michael Jordan. You know the Jordan. You heard of Jordan? You know he shot. Now football or football. You heard of Joe Montana? You know, American football. You know Joe Montana, Zed. Or let me see, Tom Brady. You know what Tom Brady, Zed? He throws the ball to the wide receiver. That's football. But we're talking basketball, which is dribble. Yeah. But hey, I'm excited though, Zed, because the Knicks won. It gives me something more to talk about. Because if they were down 3-0, that'll be series over. The city won't really be as excited anymore for the Knicks. You know what I mean? And they still been getting on my nerves talking about fire Tibbs, Coach Tibbs, bringing Sam Cassell. So I am happy the Knicks won. I'm happy I was wrong, because I was saying that the Knicks is going to get swept now, which they came close. They came close to losing this game, but they was down by 20. I was like, well, my prediction is coming true, but they have proved me wrong. And they came all the way back. They came roaring back. Karl-Anthony Towns, he played like that big man that I want him to play like for the rest of the series. You know what I'm saying? Don't always chuck up. I know you're a good 3-point shooter. But I need you to take that ball to the hole, draw some and ones, get fouled, and play like a big man. You know what I mean? Play like a big man. Unfortunately for your Spurs, JoJo, they didn't get the number 1 pick. They got the number 2 pick because it was rigged. But no, I like Wembanyama, definitely 100%. Love his game. Now that blood clot he have, I don't know what's going to happen with that. I know that's a serious health injury, but at least he didn't have a broken leg or a broken wrist or some Achilles problem. It was a blood clot. So hopefully, at least it's not like any structural damage to his bones or anything like that. But a blood clot is what ended the career of Chris Bosh. You know what I'm saying? Because they say, I guess you could die, probably on the court, running on the court too. So, so that's gonna be it. Cat, yeah. Let me see. Nah, y'all need a new coach. No, JoJo, we are keeping Jojo, we are keeping Tibbs, Coach Tibbs. We are keeping Coach Tibbs. At least Dolan better. Dolan, I don't know. James Dolan, the owner of the Knicks, he better not mess this up. He better not mess it. You know, Coach Tibbs, he's been growing with this team. Let him continue to grow. Even if they don't come back and win this series, let him get another year. And he should get. I'll give him 2 more years. But all right, since y'all want him going, let him get another year. See if he could get to the finals in the next year. Like I said, I mean, who are you going to bring in that's really good? That's a guarantee to get the Knicks to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna come in here and say, all right, they got this coach, they going to the finals? Hit that like button. Go New York Knicks. Roberto was not playing. He said he's taking his crown back from the Passport Bros. Roberto versus the world. That's who all the world is talking about. You guys don't know. Like I said, Epic Live earlier. Why you like IRL when you're not outside? Well, it just, it depends on the topic I'm talking about. It's better to do these topics, sports topics and stuff like that on this type of channel, IRL style, because you got to do a vertical. It's better to do a vertical because it gets more play when it's over. Trust me. I look at the analytics when it's over, Zed. It's much better. It's much better to do this like the sports topic, because I'm basically a travel channel first, or a travel news channel first. But so it's better to put these type of topics, like kind of like off topics, in vertical mode. You know what I'm saying? Because it has more reach. People come in and come out because they put it through the shorts feed. Actually, there's a chance to put this in the shorts feed when it's vertical like this. That's why I do it like this. So yeah, you Google it. If you read it, you'll be like, oh, okay. So you just get more people coming in and out. Even if they don't stay, they coming in and out, seeing the stream through the shorts feed also. So that's why I do it like that. It's better that way, instead of doing it the classic way I did it, like I did earlier with the live from earlier, the travel live. We gotta wait after Memorial Day for the next game. Yeah. Well, I think Minnesota played tomorrow. They trying to tie that series up. They blew, OKC out by like 37, which was a joke. And yeah, Tuesday. They playing every other day, which I like. I like the every other day stuff, I thought this was Spike Lee. Frederick said, hey, like I said, I wish I had Spike Lee's wallet. People saying I look like Spike Lee. Hey, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I'm Spike Lee. I'm Spike Lee's cousin. I'm Spike Lee's third cousin. Subscribe to the channel. Matter of fact, I seen you here. You are subscribed, I think, Frederick, already. If you're the same Frederick. That's what I need. Spike Lee's wallet. If I were Tibbs, I'd post that image on every player's locker room. Oh, yeah, the choke image. Yeah, I would do this. You all right. You know what? That's a great idea. If I'm Tibbs, I will post this picture on every player's locker. You're right. You are right. You are right. Make them, see this and take it personal. You know what I mean? Like Jordan. Then it became personal. Seeing the Knicks win even when Brunson's poor showing is a great sign. Yeah, and Brunson came back in and hit a clutch shot. You know what I'm saying? Brunson came back in, had ice water in his veins, and hit a clutch runner in the paint. To give them back the lead when it was tied. Ice water in his veins. No matter. That's why I like Brunson, because no matter if he's having a bad game, he's still not scared. He wants that ball to take that shot. I'll sip on some beers for you guys. Hit the like button. Anybody new to the channel. You know, great win by the New York Knickerbockers. And now we'll see if they can tie it up on the road again. Gonna be tough. Another tough game on the road. I'm quite sure Halliburton is gonna have one of those 30-point games. He's due for a 30-point game again. So I expect him to come out, hit his 28 points, 30-point game. You know, I expect that. It's just the law of averages. You know what I mean? It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna be watching though, and it's gonna be fun. And I'm just happy. I'm happy that Knicks made it 2-1 instead of having to be 3-0. Because 3-0 would be total buzzkill for the city. Total buzzkill. You know, so now people have hope. You can call it false hope or whatever you want. But people are celebrating right now. Smooth Wheels in the building. Yes, my guys showed how resilient they are. They don't quit. If the Knicks win the title or go to the finals, Cat's performance tonight will be the reason why. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. It's great to see some great New York basketball, and now a legit contender like that OKC game. Yes, I did not like that from OKC. You can lose. I don't mind you losing at all. There's no shame losing to Minnesota at all. But to lose by nearly 40 points and this the team that's supposed to be the favorite to win the title, lose by 37. Huh? What was that about? You know what I'm saying? What was that about? 37? I was disappointed to see the score. I mean, that's what I was, and I wasn't shocked that they lost the game in Minnesota to the, not shocked, but by 37. That's the type of score you see in a NCAA women's division. You know what I'm saying? You see them type of scores, and you see that score. You get this with the favorite OKC team to win the title, losing by 37. That's a bad look. I mean, it takes kind of like, it's like 37. Really? That's nasty work. Hit that like button, though, guys. Celebrating Knicks win. Knicks and Pacers fighting for a chance to lose to OK. I don't know. Hey, OKC lost by 37. Alive inside. OKC lost by 37 points. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Hot Wing. 20-point comeback, Hot Wing. I mean, Hot Wong, not Hot Wing. Hot Wong. My fault. Hot Wong. Yeah. Yeah, Hot Wong. 2020. Let me catch up to y'all chats. Good win. No excuses on my end. Pacers in 6. Now, shout out to you, Andre. Yes, see you coming in. Andre Towns. So yeah, good win. And like I was saying, the first 2 wins for the Pacers. Great win for the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? They took the game for the Knicks. Knicks didn't play bad at all those first 2 games. Knicks could have been up 2-0. But the Pacers came and took the game. I gave the Pacers all the credit in the world. You know what I'm saying? And those Angels in the outfield. You know what I'm saying? But the Pacers, they tough mentally also. So you got 2 tough teams and 2 well-coached teams. Of course, Rick Carlisle, great coach. And we got Tom Thibodeau and, 2 clutch players, you know what I'm saying? And Halliburton and Brunson, both sides. You know what I mean? Salute to Rondo. Zed, Zed just be in the chat. She cool. I mean, Zed, I don't think she likes. She don't. I mean, she around. I think she just like being in the chats. You know what I mean? She be in the chats with she be in multiple chats, just having a fun. We don't need Peso Man with a clipboard calling plays. Are you talking about who you talking about? Oh, Sam Cassell. Oh, that yo, Auto Will, yo, you diabolical, Auto Will. Yeah, no, they just need to keep Tibbs, Coach Tibbs. Young Villain, was nice to see you with Kid Greatness. Big fans of both of you. Been rocking with you since 2018 and KG since 2022. Oh well, thank you. Well, I really didn't really start YouTube until the pandemic, but hey, Young Villain, I think I started this releasing content on the channel about what was the height of pandemic, 2023. But shout out to you though, Young Villain. Shout out to yeah, shout out to you, Young Villain. Yeah, I didn't really, I wasn't releasing no content around 2018, but hey, man, shout out to you, young Villain. I appreciate you. I'm just drinking right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think I'm gonna go to the Garden and do a pregame show in the daytime. You know what I'm saying? I might wear my Brooklyn Nets hat out there, just to have some more fun, add some spice to that stream, right at the Garden. I don't know. Well, you know what? It's okay. You know what? No, I'll wear the Brooklyn. You know, I'll wear the Brooklyn Nets hat when they come back to the Garden on for Game 5. I'm like, hey, no, I'm rooting for you guys. I'm rooting for you guys. They're gonna I might get jumped. I might get jumped at the Garden. Go viral, get jumped, right? Get jumped by a bunch of Knicks fans at the Garden. And I'm rooting for the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I root heavily for the Knicks, even though I root for the Brooklyn Nets also. So I'm gonna wear my Brooklyn Nets hat when they come back on Game 5 out there outside. This is gonna be a social experiment. See what happens. Which one? I should wear this. I'm gonna wear this one. I got two of them. I got two of them. I'm gonna wear this one. I'm gonna wear this one on when the Knicks come back to the Garden, Game 5. Yeah, I'm gonna get jumped. They're gonna be drunk. I'm gonna get jumped, but I'm gonna have it on live. Social experiment, like I said. So do y'all guys believe the Knicks will tie it up? I mean, they have a shot. They have a shot. I mean, we'll take it one game at a time. Hot wing. You know, hot wing, 20-point comeback. Yes, hit that like button. 20-point comeback. Jake White. I like that too. But typically, we're playing every other day with the hockey and basketball. Yeah. Well, shout out to you, Jake White. Jake White says, went to watch party at the Garden. Should have come. It was good. Oh, you did? Yeah. I know Radio City Music Hall be opening up too when the Knicks are in the Garden playing. Oh, so that was cool. That was cool. How was the atmosphere when y'all was down by 20? How was the atmosphere? Was it, did y'all have some faith? Was y'all cursing? Was y'all mad? Was y'all saying fire Thibodeau? You know what I'm saying? What was y'all when the Knicks was down by 20? How was that crowd? Was it dead silence, quiet? And during those watch parties at the Garden, do they serve alcohol? Do they serve y'all drinks and stuff? Like they, for a fee, of course. But I know they probably let y'all in for like $5 or $10 at the watch party. Because Dolan, he got to get his money. He got to get something. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he'd let y'all in for free. But he's selling hot dogs up in there. Knicks play better when their backs against the wall. Now let's see, man. I'm all for it. This is exciting, man. And this feels so different because we just used to the Mets, the Yankees, doing deep playoff runs and going to the World Series. Of course, my Giants. This is fun. This is kind of refreshing to see the New York Knicks of all New York teams do this. And this is fun. This is much needed for the city. It's just fun. I mean, just different. We just not used to this. We not used to this. You know what I mean? for the Knicks and basketball, NBA in general out here. And this is a basketball town. New York City is a classic basketball town. A lot of the youths play basketball, pickup games everywhere, in all the parks. You find basketball hoops. Basketball as a sport is pretty accessible to the poorest of the poor, the rich of the rich to play. Just have a ball, go to the park, It's not like the other sports where you gotta get a baseball glove, bat, and stuff like that, just more organized. All you need is a basketball. Show up to the park. Somebody has a ball there. You just play. So, like I said, I give it up. I give it up to the Knicks. I give it up to them. Especially since they were down by 20. They were down by 20. And they did not just say, funk it, we can't win. We can't win. And like I said, Coach Thibodeau, put some respect on that man's name. Put some respect on that man's name. Stop calling for Sam Cassell to be the coach. And Mark Jackson, stop that. Stop it. Put some respect on Coach Tom Thibodeau's name. You got to put some respect on that man's name. Come on, man. Come on. Raze, mayonnaise, gravy trays, Pacers in 5. Like I said, it's gonna be but we knowing the Knicks and what's going on, the Angels in the outfield type scenarios that's been happening. It's looking like the Knicks is gonna tie the series. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know now. They came back by 20. They came back from 20 points down, and that's impressive. Third time. 20 points down. I thought once they got down by 20 that they were just like, that's it. But then right before the half, they got it back to 13. So I'm like, you know what? It's close enough. They in striking distance. They're not going to be as depressed at halftime. But I still thought they probably would still feel down because the first 2 games at the Garden, it was close at the end, and they lost both. I'm like, maybe they thinking, well, we'll probably get it close and then still lose at the end by like 2 or 3 points. So it showed a lot of mental toughness, and that comes down from the coach. That's part of the coaching, to not allow your team to quit and get blown out by 30 or 40 points, because it could have easily went the opposite way. Knicks still have a lot of work to do. Just saw the Mike Francesa podcast. They got a lot of work to do. Yeah, it's just, Mike Francesa, Mike Francesa, the OG Sports Talk in New York, him and Mike and the Mad Dog. They talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. It's Mike and the Mad Dog on the fan. Nothing can get by him. Turn it on and try him. Nice. I know about some Mike and the Mad Dog. Shout out to Wiz Milano in the building. Turn it on and try him. It's Mike and the Mad Dog. WFAN. The good old days. Hit that like button, though, guys. Shout out to Where's Milano in the building. You been watching the games, Milano? Bro, the NBA fix. How both teams that was ahead lose game 3 always. The funny thing is now, the devil is in the details. When you actually look at it, and you see how the Knicks have played better on the road than at home at the Garden in front of all the celebrities. Who was at the Garden? The Spike Lees, the Fat Joes, who else? The guy, the David, the guy from Seinfeld, whatever. You know, they play better. They play better away from all the celebrities, right? Maybe they feel too much pressure playing in front of all of those stars, all those celebrities in the front row. I don't know. Knowing those celebrities paid like $5,000 for those seats, maybe they just feel too much pressure to win in the Garden. You know what I mean? Because they letting all those people down that paid all that money to see them play. Maybe that's it. Maybe those ticket prices is too high, and they just feel way too much pressure to win the damn game in the Garden because they like, man, we're gonna let these fans down that paid $10,000 for these seats. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of pressure. You know, that's probably what's going on. That's probably why they can't win in the Garden. Dolan need to put a discount on those seats to get the Knicks mentally straight. You know what I'm saying? Sell those seats for $500. Knicks will win. You know what I'm saying? They're winning the Garden. Sell them. You got to put some pressure off. You got to relieve some of the pressure off, you know, off the Knicks psyche to win. Hit that like button though, guys. Like I said, I'm happy. You know, I'm happy. I started in 2021. It was around the pandemic. So whenever the pandemic started, you know what I mean? When I was getting serious about the YouTube, whenever, doing my I was doing my videos. What the hell? I was doing my workout videos. I was doing, what else I was doing? Then I started doing apartments in the DR. I was just doing everything. I was doing everything. Yeah, Outlaw Josie. Salute Outlaw Josie. Is the Knicks coming back? Is the Knicks coming back? 2020 is the height of the pandemic. Oh, okay. So around 2021, that's when I really, started pressing record, just playing around with it. You know what I'm saying? It really started popping in 2022, really. You know what I'm saying? Really, developing into a niche to the travel stuff. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was the other way around, says Young Villain. Kid Greatness also started in 2021. Kid Greatness, man. Kid Greatness, he got to be the top 10. HB going global. Knicks are cursed. Hey, HB going global. I was thinking that, but it came back again from 20 points down. Not 21 points, not 22 points. It was 20 points. That was the magical number. There's something spooky going around. Something magical and mystical on both sides with the Pacers and the Knicks. Pacers and the Knicks. Now I have a sneaky suspicion that this is probably destined to go 7 games. I know. Now I do it. I know I said that the Knicks would probably get swept. They're going to get swept after losing the first 2 at home. But now, after this win tonight, coming back from 20 points of all the points, not 19, not 18, you came back from 20 points again, third time. There might be some magic in the air that I can't see, but I can feel. There's something strange going on, HB. There is something strange going on. Maybe somebody has been doing some black magic. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. But these series, this series in particular has been very, very airy. Very, very fluky. Very, very just angel in the outfieldish. We're gonna see. I'm highly interested to see what happens next. And shout out to Naismith for coming back in the game. I thought he was probably going to be out for the next 2 games after he twisted his ankle, leaving in the third quarter. And that helped the Knicks make the run, actually. That helped because he was on Brunson like white on rice. You know what I'm saying? He would not give Brunson any space. and he twisted his ankle, but he came back. Shout out to him. I like a warrior like that come back and say, I'm gonna come back for my team, and not be like, well, I gotta take a month off because I, this and that. He came back in, and shout out to Naismith for the Pacers. So I like that. I like that. He earned my respect by coming back in. But like I said, man, this has been an entertaining series. Entertaining series. Congratulations to both teams, man. Rick Carlisle, excellent coach. Coach Tibbs, he's going to be coaching Knicks next year, guys. He has to be coaching the Knicks next year. Y'all need to stop that. Stop that nonsense. He coming back. F the Knicks. White Keys didn't whip Steve. Yo, Ken. Stop it, Ken. Stop it, Ken. Shout out to Industry to Keys and Intuition. We did that earlier. That was an epic live. Thank you everybody for pulling up on that stream. That was fun. That was a fun stream we did. Just like the old days. Smoke show. Shout out to B-Dub, Casanova. Kelly the God, because Kelly the God, Kelly God, he was the one that was with Intuition. Well, Steve, when Keith pulled up on him, he pulled up on the panel and explained what happened. Just a great live stream earlier. K9 was there. Everybody was there, man. It was fun. It was a fun live stream. So check that live stream out, guys. For the people in the travel space, check that one out from earlier. Keith pulled up on Intuition Steve out there inside Washington. He was checking his temperature. Says all the will. All the will. Is that to understand what you mean? I just scrolled by accident and watched a live of a girl just writing what's that? NSMRD. Well, yeah, you see when you scroll down, what happens is, so you see when you scroll down, are you saying that you in the shorts feed? Yeah, they be putting these in the shorts feed. That's why I do a vertical when I'm doing these topics. Yeah, so when you scroll down, you get all types of weird stuff in the shorts feed. I don't know what man, Intuition Camp is in the building. What up, Intuition Camp? We on Keys. Yo, y'all are funny. We see him. K9 is in there. Hey, K9, I just mentioned you. So, what up, K9? How you doing, K9? Salute, K9. Yeah. K9, he was going back and forth. Yo, you was going at it with B-Dub, man. Shout out to you, K9. No fear. Salute, K9. You got to get your lick back from B-Dub. Oh, man. You said you in Sasua now is dead? What? Say it ain't so. How is it dead? It's dead out there in the Sioux. Thank you for that donation, Italian Stallion, the gangster bankster. So you was watching the game at IMV tonight, Italian Stallion? I'm just chilling, guys. I'm just chilling, drinking beers. You know what I'm saying? Game 5 at the Garden. I'm gonna wear this Brooklyn Nets hat as a social experiment before the drunken Knicks fans and see what happened to Raze. I'm going, hey, K9, I'm going viral. Game 5, I'm going viral at the Garden, K9. I'm doing a cheat code. I'm crashing out at the Garden. Yeah, I'm gonna get jumped on live. Like I said, Coach Tibbs, great coaching job, Coach Tibbs. Forget about these haters, Coach Tibbs, that say the Knicks win in spite of you. Coach Tibbs, great job. I think these Knicks fans want Mike D'Antoni back. They want no defense. They want jacking up threes. Coach Tibbs, you deserve another 2 years, to be honest with you. Great chess moves. Offense for defense in the final 2 minutes. Making sure Brunson and Cat did not foul out the game. What a great job, Coach Tibbs. Hey, guy, I signed Coach Tibbs up for another 5 years. I'm giving Coach Tibbs an extension. I don't care what you guys say. Coach Tibbs is getting no Sam Cassell for Coach. No Mark Jackson. I'm re-signing. I'm extending Coach Tom Thibodeau. Another 5 years. That's what I'm doing. If I was the owner, I am extending Coach Thibodeau. Coach Tom. Yeah. K9, he sent a $2 donation. Shout out to you, K9. Yeah, K9, shout out to you. Thank you. Shout out to, hey, subscribe to this guy channel, guys. He's in the travel space and the trucking space. He drives trucks too. He's in the travel and trucking. He got some trucker stories to tell. You know what I'm saying? So you got to subscribe to my guy K9 No Fear Travels channel. And you know, you get your lick back on B-Dub one of these days. Oh, Rondo said it's Mother's Day out there in the Sioux. I did hear about that. So in DR, it's Mother's Day. That's why Gangsta Bangsta. Gangsta Bangsta, that's why. It's Mother's Day. So all the girls was with at home with their moms, Italian Stallion in the Sioux. Willie Williams, this live is for Knicks fans. I'm in Atlanta. I don't like the Knicks. Willie Williams. Hey, you know, and that's why the NBA is rooting for the Knicks to make the finals. You know why? For people like you, Willie Williams, even though you don't like the Knicks, you will watch the finals to root for the Knicks to lose because you're passionate about them. Indiana is not going to be the same. You know, we all know that. You know, all New York teams get hated on by the rest of the country. So when the New York teams are in the finals or in their, respective finals or World Series, whatever, you could get a little bigger rating because more people are going to watch just to see them lose, even if they don't root for the New York team. I think you get like a little boost, you know what I'm saying, in that aspect. So I think Adam Silver, this commissioner, I think he's a airheaded commissioner, but this commissioner, he needs to be rooting for the Knicks to come back so he could bring that New York market and to get that New York rating to get all these millions of people in this big city and state to watch that finals. You know what I'm saying? And you get the whole media attention, hype it up. And I think it'd be great. It'd be great. You know what I'm saying? It just would. It would. B-Dub always up to no good. Yeah. B-Dub came in. He came in. He had time tonight. Today. He had time today. He came in looking to piss people off. You know what I mean? B-Dub came in looking to piss people off. And that he succeeded. B-Dub succeeded in his mission. He completed his goal to piss people off. Gangsta Bankster comes back with another $2 donation. I bid. All right, you've been since Wednesday. It has been dead. Okay, wait a minute. Wednesday. So if you said let me see. The guy said Mother's Day is when? Mother's Day was today? Sunday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Well, okay. Well, you I don't know, man. I don't know. You want to go down to Punta Cana? At time, you ever been to Punta Cana? I don't know. You probably been, but you probably just didn't been in the area I was at. Zed says you could talk in Romanian and you would sound the same to me. Oh, yeah? Hey, Zed, I'm still trying to learn English for the most part. I'm trying to get the ebonics out of my system. So I, like I said, Zed, what I do when I travel to different countries, I whip out that translator app, and I'm very, very fast and highly skilled using the Google Translate app. You know what I'm saying? So Romanian, I don't think I would ever learn a single word or phrase in Romania or the Romanian language. I would never learn a single phrase. Even if I go to Romania, I'll still be saying hola. I'll be saying hola to the people out there in Romania. Hard enough trying to learn Spanish, and now I gotta learn Romania. I gotta learn all these other languages. I'm only going for the weekend or a week. You know what I'm saying? I gotta learn the language, and I'm only going for a few days. Hit that like button, guys. You know what I'm saying? Because the Knicks, man, the Tibbs needs to play the bench more. Now, people have said that, but the thing is, Jay White, and shout out to you. I tell people, the devil is in the details, right? The Knicks didn't lose game 1 and 2 because Tibbs didn't play the bench more. They won against Boston without the bench playing more. They won against Detroit without the bench playing more, right? They could have easily won game 1 and 2 without the bench playing more. It just so happened that Indiana played better at the end of the game. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat to the opposing team. He was only forced to play the bench more tonight because of the foul trouble with Cat, right? I call him Zesty Carl. Yeah, I don't, but the internet do. Well, this is the internet. Well, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I do. And Brunson, they had foul trouble. A few Knicks players had foul trouble. So he had no choice. Sometimes when the coach put in players that don't normally play, you know what happens when the fans see, the fans start saying, why are you playing this guy? Why are you playing this guy? He's a scrub. He's this and this. Take him out. Take him out. And I heard Charles Barkley at the end of the game asking the city question, why? What's wrong with Tibbs? Charles, come on, Charles. Don't do that. That was disrespectful. This dude, Charles Barkley trying to act like Tibbs don't know what he's doing. Dude got this team that haven't been in the Eastern Finals or the NBA Finals in the past 25 years. Now you're trying to put Brunson on the spot by asking him that question about his coach. What's wrong with him? Why didn't he play the bench more? What? Come on, Barkley. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're better than that, Barkley. So, Charles, you're better than that. Put some respect on Coach Thibodeau's name. I'm like I said, if I'm Dolan, I'm giving Coach Tibbs a 5-year contract extension just to piss all y'all off. These Knicks fans acting like they the Los Angeles Lakers. They got the Lakers history of winning and going to finals. They can afford to get rid of good coaches that took you to the finals or took you to the East Finals. You ain't won nothing in 25 years. And then you got swept in the finals to the Spurs back then. So you ain't win nothing in 50 years. No titles. So why are you getting rid of the only coach that getting you this close to a title since Jeff Van Gundy? And before that, Pat Riley. Why? It's ungrateful. Ungratefulness. And it pisses me off. I'm extending Coach Tibbs. Hit that like button though, guys. I'm excited. Hit the like button, guys. I'm excited though. I'm excited. I go to Kings to watch the games. Oh, King's Roomba. King's Roomba, right? Roomba. King's Roomba. Okay. Hi, Giga Chad. Hi. Hey, what does that mean? Maybe I should Google this phrase. Maybe I should Google that phrase. What did that mean? Peace, Sharma. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I don't really know what that means. Hopefully it means something good. Yeah. Hit that like button, guys. And like I said, shout out to K9. K9 No Fear Travel. You know, and like I said, once again, a great job by the Knicks. These Knickerbockers. You know, just a gutsy win. I'm impressed. I might have to change. See, I don't want to be that guy that be changing my predictions just as the series go. I said the Knicks are going to get swept after losing the first two at home. You know, but they proved me wrong, and I'm happy. I told you guys that I want to be proven wrong because I'm rooting for them. You know what I'm saying? You know, now, I mean, I still think they will lose the series outright. But now with this, them coming back from 20 points down, now it's seeming like angels in the outfield again. You know what I'm saying? So anything can happen now because now it's some act of God coming in. And when you have acts of God coming in, like game one for the Pacers, my predictions go out the window. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, angels in the outfield. Remember that movie? You know what I'm saying? But you know, Austin said Romanian sounds similar to Spanish. Even the beauty he didn't post looked low-key Latina. So he had a beauty he didn't post, but you saw her. Can you send me that photo to my WhatsApp auto? Nah, I'm just playing. Okay. You know, like I said, man, it's hard enough learning the rest of the English language, and now I'm like, all right, Spanish. Okay, I know some phrases, some words. Now I gotta learn Portuguese. I gotta learn Romanian now because I'm going back to Europe. You know what I'm saying? When I go to the motherland, I gotta learn something. What Swahili? You know, I don't know. I mean, it's I don't know. It's tiring thinking about trying to learn all those languages. I'm tired. I just don't feel like it, you know? I got a bad memory too, anyway. So I ain't gonna remember. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not talking a language every single day for a whole year, I'm gonna forget the phrases that I learned. I might score 100 on a test, A plus plus plus, be the best student learning those languages, but I'll forget it all after being away from the country for a whole year, 2 years. I ain't gonna remember that language. If I ain't going back and talking to somebody from that country in that language every day. So I could pass all the language tests, all the classes. I could be the valedictorian of the language class, and I'm gonna forget everything I've learned. You know what I'm saying? After I leave. You know what I mean? Like I said, congratulations to the Knicks. I'm impressed. I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed by the Knicks. I am impressed by the Knicks. I got to give them a hand again, man. You know, I'm drinking. I got to give the Knicks a hand again, man. Congratulations. 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 It brought a smile. It brought a smile to my face, man. Congratulations to the Travel Time and Paul posted her in his community post to make a hit piece on him. Oh, so I gotta go do. All right, so I gotta see the girl at Travel Time and Paul's post. What up with Travel Time with Paul? Shout out to him. I haven't seen him live in a long time. I think he dropped a video recently, like 3 or 4 days ago. Travel Time with Paul. What up, Paul? Yeah. I gotta hit him up. I gotta hit Travel Time with Paul up. See if he wanna really get back into the fray of things. We go live, you know what I'm saying? Me and Travel Time with Paul. Simulcast. We'll do a simulcast one of these days. Me and Travel Time with Paul. That'd be fun. That will be fun. What are y'all thinking? Auto, what are you thinking? Knicks tying it up on Tuesday? What are y'all thinking? Knicks are tying this up on Tuesday. Making Raze look like an idiot for saying they're going to get swept after losing the first 2 games at home. Listen. I'm giving Coach Tibbs a contract extension, 5 years. I want them to make me look stupid for my prediction of them getting swept after losing the first 2 games. So, I'm rooting for it. Make me look stupid. I'm giving Coach Tibbs 5 years extension. And Dolan should too. James Dolan, if you're watching, you need to give Coach Tibbs. Yeah, Coach Tibbs, give him that extension. Come on, Dolan, do the right thing. I mean, you gave Jerome James $50 million at one point. Didn't you sign Eddie Curry to like $80 million or $100 million? Come on, Dolan, do the right thing. Do the right thing, Dolan. Come on, James. Come on. I think they can do it. So you think you're right. So you think they will tie it up? You think they will tie it up? You know, with them coming back from 20 points down, man, Auto will, you know, Angels in the outfield now. You know, anything can happen. One game at a time. Cat, be aggressive again. Don't jack up the threes. Be aggressive again. I mean, let's go, man. Let's go. This is fun. This is fun, man. This is fun. I'm telling you guys, this is fun. Yeah. Oh, you just sent it? All right, let me see. Let me see it in my WhatsApp. Let me see how she looks. I'm not gonna show it up here since Austin didn't show it. But I just want to look at the photo of the girl. The beauty. Let's see. Let's see what the girl looked like. And this is and guys, this is why I'm saying Knicks might come back now, because 20-point comebacks in a single postseason, 3. The Knicks, Pacers 2. No one else has done it more than once. Now, the only danger for the Knicks I'm seeing with this whole Angels in the outfield thing is that the Pacers did it twice themselves in this playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So both teams have that Angels in the outfield vibe and feel to it. And something magical is going to happen for one of these 2 teams. I don't know which one, to ultimately win the series and go to the finals. I do not know which one, because some eerie stuff, some weird stuff is happening right now. You know what I'm saying? You know. Let's see this photo. The Romanian chick. Oh, wow. Wow. Talk about beauty, man. Man. What happened with Austin and this chick? Oh, bro, she is bad. Hey Zed, maybe I might need to learn some Romanian. Hey, this chick is bad. I'm not gonna show her up here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she's bad. She's bad. Yeah, she's nice. When I say bad, I mean good. Bad and good, man. Hey, yo, she bad. I like that. I like that. Nice bathing suit. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like that, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Orwell. Nice testosterone boost for Raze. Hey, that was a nice testosterone boost for Raze. Mm. Yeah. Need to find her on IG. Maybe I'll go to Europe for my birthday. Romania, here I come. Bo Riddle says, Art of Will, just realized your name was not Auto Will. Oh. Yeah, but like I said, man, this photo right here, and like I said, Auto Will said it. They need to put this on all of the Knicks locker rooms, right? And to remind the Knicks players that Tyrese Halliburton tried to play them out. You know what I'm saying? Put this on all of their lockers. All of their lockers. And so to be reminded that listen, I remember what you did.
Yeah.
What up?
What it do, Raze?
I didn't see you back there. How long you back there? What's up?
Oh no, I wasn't there that long. So
Okay.
I just wanted to say Feliz Dia dos Knicks. Happy Knicks Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Knicks Day, man. You
I see.
predicted it though. You predicted it. No
I knew
Stradamus.
they could not let Game 3 go. They just couldn't. Because they were so close the first couple of games. Now, if the Knicks lose their next game, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be another close game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely going to be competitive. It's definitely worth watching.
Oh, I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be watching. Even when they got down by 20, I was sticking with the game. I was sticking with it.
Yeah.
And then they quickly got it back down to 13 or 14 before the half, which is big. They needed that mentally going into the halftime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it was the same feeling I had when Lakers, I forgot if it was game 1 or game 2, when they were up by 20 at home and against the Celtics in the finals, and then they blew that lead. I think it was game 2. I got to double check. And it was that same game when Ray Allen froze up Sasha Vujacic at the top of the key. Yeah, that is the exact same game. So I understand. I feel some type of way about that. I still remember that.
What do you think about Karl-Anthony Towns play tonight? Keeping them in it and bringing them back. You know what I'm saying? And then they stepped up their defense also to make that run. But how much? What can you say about Cat's performance?
He stepped up, and if they manage to pull this off, and make it to the finals, I could even put Cat as a top 5 Knick.
Yo, I was talking about this when I was at the Garden yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks don't have a lot of people to put in that top 5.
I know
some of these guys can be put into the top 5. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, Cat is, he just got there. I mean, I know what you're saying, but but yeah, his hey. And for people that was saying, maybe John Starks over Brunson, I don't think that, because Brunson is a legit number 1 guy. He could be he's a number 1 guy on this team.
Yes.
Starks was a number 2, and people had the issues with he just
Oh, you mean Ewing
he
being the number 1 guy?
yeah no I mean no Starks was the number 2 guy.
Right.
Brunson could be a number 1 guy. Brunson is the number
Yes.
1 guy.
Yes.
So you can't put Starks over Brunson. Brunson is a better player than Starks. If Ewing had Brunson as a number 2 guy, they would have won some titles eventually. You know what I'm saying? They would have won some titles because just you replace Starks with Brunson, bro. You talking titles?
They had a good 1999 was their chance with Larry Johnson as their number 2 guy. Unfortunately, he had to be the number 1 guy, but
right, because Ewing got hurt.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fly around EC. I'm gonna fly around EC. Yeah, so and for the Travis Hunter was wilding. Travis Hunter is doomed, Rondo. Travis Hunter is doomed.
Oh my gosh.
He's doomed. No, we don't got to get into that, but I'm just saying. I'm just answering this question. Travis Hunter is doomed for that, not signing that prenup. But like I said, Ewing, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have no real number 1. I mean, no number 2 player like on that level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, if Travis Hunter is smart, I'll just speak on that one time. He should
go ahead.
He should roll his assets into his mom or his dad's account.
Like Diddy.
Like Diddy, like Tom Brady.
Like Diddy.
Tom
like
Brady
Diddy did.
I think Tom Brady did the same thing. I don't know why, because what is it? Giselle's worth more than him, so I don't know why he had to roll.
Because he don't want to lose what little bit he has. What little bit of money he has.
You know what?
And she has enough.
You're right.
He didn't want to lose what little bit he has. All the way.
Ooh, I'm gonna give free game on this one. Okay, so even if she has a higher net worth than him, if you're the one that brings in the active income, they will come after you. It doesn't matter. She can be worth double the amount.
Right.
If you're the one that continues to make the active income.
Right. Each month or each week.
Yes. They did this with Jeannie Mai before she married Jeezy. They did this to her because yes, when she married, I think she was married to some white dude. She actually had to pay him the alimony. But she was complaining about it. She was complaining about it because he's worth more, but she's the one that's making the active income.
Right.
So that's the key. If you're currently making active income, they're going to come after you.
Okay. Yeah. And like I said, he's screwed. But Rudy, perfect photo. Forget Knicks. Save my bankroll. 1K win. Congratulations, Rudy. Congratulations. Go Knicks, baby. I'm happy all the way because it gives the Knicks fans who have been supporting the Knicks through the horrible years. It gives them at least one more game at the Garden, which I'm happy for them. You know what I'm saying? They deserve it.
A lot of eyes are going to be on this game too, because again, there's a chance it's not 3-0, it's 2-1, so there's still going to be a lot of focus. And then if they split the series and go back to Madison, they split that series. This could be on an ESPN Classic.
Woo!
Not yet, but it could be. That All-Star game 2001, I knew about it because I watched it on an ESPN Classic. That's how I knew about it.
Right.
But I did watch it live. I just didn't think about when I watched it live. I didn't really think about what was at stake. It was pride.
Right.
It was pride. Because you watch All-Star game and you think, and you watch it and you're like, okay, they're playing a little bit different. But I had no idea that it was going to be featured on an ESPN Classic the very same season. And that's when I figured out, okay, this game actually, even though it was playing for pride, it meant something.
Right.
Yeah.
No, understood. And like I said, I'm going to be glued to the TV screen on Tuesday. And I'm just so excited, man. I'm just so happy that finally New York basketball has a chance to really showcase itself and let people know that, New York City is a basketball town. So I'm happy. I'm excited. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is in the building. I'm gonna check your channel out. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says cheers. Shout out to you, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. I'm gonna check out your channel, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. See, we got some crossover. So anybody that's new to the channel, we're talking sports over here right now. Subscribe to the channel, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. I'm gonna check out your channel, see what you're doing over there. And thank you for popping in on this. We celebrating tonight. We're drinking. I know about you, but we drink. Well, I'm drinking.
That's all good.
We celebrating the Knicks. Bringing hope, maybe false hope, but hope nonetheless to New York, and we're gonna get in a game 5. We are guaranteed to have a game 5 at the Garden, the world's most famous arena.
It is.
Where Hulk Hogan slammed Andre the Giant.
It wasn't that. It was in the Garden.
Yes, it was in the Garden.
What year was that? Why?
Where was I?
No, what year was it? What year?
That was like 1980. Was it 86?
That was 86.
Met won the World Series, I believe, right? Or 88.
Was that a WrestleMania? 86. Was that a WrestleMania
88.
or was
no 86? It was 86.
Was that a WrestleMania?
WrestleMania, yeah.
And that was in the Garden.
Google it. Yes.
Okay.
They had the photo when you go inside the Garden. They had the big photo of Hogan slamming Andre the Giant.
Damn, I don't know why I didn't know that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, it is. It is, like I said, it's a famous arena. I mentioned earlier, it creates stars, and then it also gives career games to established stars as well.
Yeah, so I seen so many concerts there. I actually seen the Muppet Babies there too. When I was a kid, the Muppet Babies were there also.
Yeah, I don't understand why they don't have the Summer Jam in the Garden, and instead they put it in the, what is it, the arena where the Islanders, I don't know what the Islanders arena is called, but why don't they put this? Not it matters because I don't see myself ever going back to New York, but
contract scheduling, you know what I'm saying? I guess price, deals of leasing out the arenas and stuff like that, that stuff, negotiations, profit margins,
Yeah,
that's why that normally happens. The devil was in the details with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I would think Summer Jam would be like, because that's a big deal too. And you would think you want to put it in a better venue. No disrespect to the Island. I don't know what it's called. Again, see, I don't even know much about the New York Islanders except they're a hockey team. But no disrespect to them. But yeah, I just didn't understand why that arena.
I've been to that. It's about in Long Island. I've been to that arena for an AEW event last year. I believe early last year they had that was the first time we going to that spot because they split time in Brooklyn and inside that arena. If that's the same arena, I think that's the same arena.
Yeah,
we
Union
went over there. Yeah. It's a nice arena. Yeah, it's a nice arena.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's why. I don't know. But I just thought, it should have been it's gotta be at the Garden. But man, it was great seeing you and KG link up on the live, and showing us Midtown, Lower East Side, and I think even parts of Chelsea. I think even parts of Chelsea.
We touched Chelsea. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool because I don't hang out there at all at night. At all. Right. So it was kind of new to me, even though I live in New York. I don't go down there and just hang out and casually just be hanging out in bars and stuff around First Street, Second Street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't never hang out there. You know what I'm saying? In that area. So
you mean First Avenue, Second Avenue?
A lot of bars and just it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, no, it was different. Like New York changes so fast. Like I don't even recognize any of the new businesses you guys walk through. Like especially that little spot that looks like it belonged in Tokyo or something like that. Like, I don't remember that. And the last time I played arcade over there, I was still putting in.
Oh, you seen that? You seen that spot? It looked like. Yeah, I didn't even see it before the pandemic. That wasn't there. And I used to go to the movie theaters over there, 14th Street, and I think that movie theater had got shut down a bit. I don't know, but that wasn't there when I used to go before the pandemic. That Tokyo looking place, that place that belonged in Tokyo.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I remember, like, on 42nd and stuff, you don't have all these new businesses. Like, you're there when it's like Red New York, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a spot you don't want to be in at night.
Mm.
On 42nd, what they call it, cruising the deuce. Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't want to be there at night. But
Yeah.
now, like, with all
Now.
the new businesses and everything, and a bunch of tourists hanging out over there,
Yeah.
it seems to be okay at night.
Seemed to be okay, but there's some stuff be happening here and there, but it's not like back in it before Giuliani took over. So you know what I'm saying? So back in the day, you know what I mean? It was very, very seedy and shady and hustlers and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Giuliani, Pataki, also, I think he ran.
Yeah, they got all that stuff out. That was like a mini red light. You know what I mean? Basically, red light district. You want a red light?
It
Go out there.
was, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
for the peep shows, you had some prostitutes out there, you know what I'm saying, too. You know what I'm saying? So but that's inside the peep shows and stuff like that.
That was there when I was over there, yeah.
So I heard. So they told me when I was in. So I heard. I didn't see
it's
it, guys.
easy, bro.
So
it's
I
easy.
heard stories, guys. Raze wasn't out there doing. I heard. So I heard.
It's easy to make that mistake, though, because it's still a well-known street. You're gonna pass by it. You're going to. Like, it's it's the same thing too when you're in LA. What is it, Sunset Boulevard? Same thing.
Right.
You're gonna pass by that. I don't know now because I haven't been in LA for the longest time, but because of course they change it. They want to be more family friendly. But I was hoping you guys were gonna I think when you guys went to the Lower East Side, I felt that the Essex Mall would have been a good place to for content. And then I was trying to tell you guys, I've never been there because, again, it's a new spot. They call it the Barcade, where it's pretty much like arcade machines and stuff, but they serve you drinks.
Right.
I thought that'd be good for content. I think I said, no, I didn't say it, but I was thinking like either Washington Square, Union Square was good. That was a good spot.
Yeah. Well, we walked such a long way. We was walking back and forth, and my feet started getting tired. I had enough. So, but just shout out to Kid Greatness. That was fun. That was fun. Kid Greatness is a great kid, man.
He is. I agree.
Fun.
He is top
Looking
10
up for him out there. You know what I'm saying? That was cool.
He's definitely top 10.
Kid. Yeah.
He's definitely.
I was impressed by him. Very nice kid. I mean, just great time with him last night. Raze, Knicks saved you tonight. Yes, they saved me. But the thing is, I'm like I said, I got my predictions. I got to call it like I see it. But now I might have to change my prediction. And I hate to do that because I don't want to just go by they win. I said they was gonna get swept after losing the first two at home. I hate to change, but it's like angels in the outfield. Some mysterious acts of God and nature that I can't control is going on in the series. Third time Knicks come back from 20 down in the playoffs. Never happened before. So something's happening beyond my control and my predictions. So they have a great chance to tie it up now.
This again can look like the Heat against the Mavericks when they were in the finals, and not the Heatles, but with Shaq and Wade.
Mm-hmm.
They were down 0-2, and they ended up winning they ended up winning 4-2, even though they were down 0-2. So that who knows?
Yeah. Somebody talk about the Nassau Coliseum. Hold on. No,
no, not the is it the Nassau Coliseum?
SummerSlam was at Nassau. SummerSlam was at Nassau Coliseum. I've been to Nassau Coliseum before. I've been out there years ago, around 2001, for a concert. I'm not gonna tell you guys what concert because I don't want to get trolled. But I was there I took a girl to that concert. I went to the NSYNC concert. I'm gonna tell you. I went to the NSYNC concert. I took this Latina, Dominican Latina. She was a fan of NSYNC, and I took her to the NSYNC concert way back in 2001. Now they play at UBS Arena in Elmont. Yes, so that's where I went. UBS Arena. You're right, Jake. Right?
Shout out to Elmont. I don't usually go down there, but I went down there one time to check out the Belmont Steaks.
Yeah.
Nice area. Yeah,
Yes,
Long
we run a
Island.
Belmont Steaks. Yeah. Yeah.
Long Island, it feels like such a completely different area than the rest of the 5 boroughs. Like, it's outside of Hempstead.
Right.
Long Island just feels very different. Now, I wish I had a chance to check out the Hamptons, but man, that place is just, it made me look poor. I didn't even, I didn't, I don't think I spent like more than an hour in Scarsdale when I realized, crap, man, what am I doing over here? I only knew about Scarsdale because it was on I don't know, some chick on Seinfeld mentioned about how great that place was or something. And I was like, yeah, it's a very different area. It didn't even feel like New York.
Different clientele. You get sports athletes and stuff live out there, and movie
in
stars.
Scarsdale.
When they have other homes over there. So I know about the Hamptons. Yeah, it'll make you look piss poor, not just poor, but piss poor.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But it make you think, man, I should have did better in school. You know what I'm saying? I should have trained harder and tried to really, really make the NBA or something. It just makes you feel like a loser, to be honest with you. You go out there, you're like, I've lost in life. Seeing what you see out there in the Hamptons.
I used to think Queens was the perfect borough, like at the time. At the time, I don't know about now. It was reasonable. I'm not going to say it was affordable, but it was reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
And you had easy access to get to Times Square. Easy access.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. Like, everything is just cost. I don't know if it's because of the pandemic inflation, but it's Raze. It's getting ridiculous. And I'm starting to even see that in some of the countries outside of the States. Brazil is a perfect example.
Right.
It's not, man. Yeah, you may have, I think it's close to 6-1. So it'd be like 5 of their dollars to one US dollar. You would think you're good, which you are. But when it comes to paying rent, you want to stay in Copa, you gotta fork up some cash. And they say it's like almost impossible for like a local Brazilian to stay there and to live by themselves with the salary that's offered over there. You can even make a decent salary and still won't even afford to live in Copacabana. But I don't know why. I personally would like to be in either Ipanema or Leblon, but then you got to pay more and more. Carmelo, why?
No, I had to put that up here because this guy, Anders, and I don't know if Anders is drinking tonight. I'll understand a little more by this comment from Anders. Maybe he's celebrating the win. You know what I'm saying? No, not celebrating the win. He's what is Anders doing? Let me see. Why would Anders say this? Ewing, Carmelo, Brunson, Marbury.
No.
What? I hope you're not saying that's the top list of Knicks players of all time. I mean, I'm the one. I'm drinking. I'm the one drinking.
I like Carmelo, but
I'm
man,
the one
I did not
have these type of takes because I'll be out of my mind, pitch drunk, right? So it should be understandable if Raze was to come up here and say Carmelo, Marbury is with Ewing and Brunson in the top 5 of Knicks players of all time. I pray to the Lord you are not saying that Marbury and Carmelo Anthony is in the top 5 of Knicks all-time players. For the love of God, please tell me you are drinking. Please tell me you're smoking something. Please tell me you're doing both. Because that's the only way for me to rationalize this comment.
And a lot of people mention John Starks, but one guy that gets neglected. Now, I think he could have been better than what he was Nate Robinson. He could have been better than what he was.
It could have been better, but that's what I'm saying. The Knicks don't have a lot of guys to be in the top 5. But the thing is, you can't put Marbury and Carmelo in that top. Please, for the love of God, I hope that's not the list. I hope that's not. I hope you put Ewing, Carmelo, Brunson, and Marbury. I pray that's not a list of the Knicks top 5. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's the list of. I don't know. Ewing was the number 1. Carmelo was. Oh man, I'm trying to see what kind of list that is.
Yeah.
No,
it's crazy because they don't have a history of winning, so it's really hard to put them in that list.
Maybe that's a list of a team that he would like to have built and seen together. Maybe, please. Hey, Anders, if that's a list you wanted to see Ewing play with Carmelo and Brunson and Marbury, please tell me that's what you meant by this. Please tell me that's what you meant. You wanted to see a team of Ewing, Carmelo, Brunson, and Marbury play together, coached by Pat Riley. Is that what you mean? Please,
well, again,
I hope that's what you mean. Please, this is not your top 5 of all time. Knicks,
the 3 best, the 3 best Knicks I can name off the top of my head. One,
for the love of God,
Willis Reed is up there because he was MVP for both of their championship seasons. He got the Finals MVP for both. The second would be the Walt Clyde Frazier. He would be number 2, and then number 3 would go to Ewing. And I like Larry Johnson, but I don't know if I can.
Not long enough, right? Not long enough. It's like,
but he did carry.
It's not long enough. He wasn't in long enough.
But he carried
if you put him
team.
as like, man, I mean, the Knicks all-time greats is very thin. You know what I'm saying?
He showed up.
It's thin pickings. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it just didn't feel right. It's just like thin pickings. It's just like not long enough.
But he did carry the team. He carried the team, and he brought them to the finals. He had to be the number 1.
Yeah, I mean,
because he was the number 2, and then he was forced to be the number 1. So that, you know what, I could maybe put him at 4, and then if Brunson ends up winning, or at least taking the team to the finals, then maybe put Brunson at 4, and then Johnson at 5,
right?
And then maybe, and let's see what Cat does throughout this series. And if that happens, then. Oh, it's so hard to knock Johnson off. It's Paul. Yeah, no, that's not pause. I didn't say anything sus.
No, you ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, it's so hard to knock him out that Mount Rushmore because again, the last time they went to the finals, he took them there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he had more longevity, but that showed you the lacking of legends that the Knicks have. I mean, that's pretty sad to be honest with you. Well, Jay White, also athletes live on Long Island or Westchester County and Rockland County. Westchester and Rockland is north of the city. Okay.
I think Westchester is Scarsdale. Rockland, I don't know. Rockland.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be Terrytown? Would that be Terrytown? I don't know.
Oh, New York City suburbs is extremely expensive. Yes, you are on point, on target. Earl the Pearl, Monroe. Yeah, you guys are getting to the. Yeah, I guess Earl the Pearl. I guess we're going back 50 years now, and it's pretty sad to be honest.
Damn. Yeah, you said Bernard. I know somebody said Bernard King.
Yeah, I mean he's in the whole Mellows, same category. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, the Knicks now, hopefully over the next 10, 20 years, the Knicks start building some new. Fresher legends, you know what I'm saying? That's won some titles, has some deep playoff runs consistently, even if they don't win a title, but at least have a playoff runs that's in the finals. Get to the finals, have some playoff runs in the finals, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think this year and next year could be, the time for them to make that run. Mm-hmm. If they don't get it this year, I think they can do it next year with the same type, I don't know what the free agency is going to look like next year. But if they're able to maintain their current unit, I think they can go far. Hell, man, they knocked off the defending champions.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many.
Forget about that. They want to fire Coach Tibbs already, man. I just feel like smacking something. No, let me stop. I don't want to. I can't say that. I just feel like
Yeah.
come
So
on, guys, be fair. I'm giving Coach Tibbs a 5-year coaching extension. That's what I'm getting.
yeah, like again, I think he's earned his keep.
Yeah, come on. They want to hire Sam Cassell, Mark Jackson. Come on, y'all. Stop that. Stop it. Cut it out.
Yeah. But again, yeah. So yeah, how I ended up in Scarsdale. I was visiting Sleepy Hollow because of that headless horseman. You know, you heard about the headless horseman thing, right?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, they got
That legend of the headless horseman out there. Now
yeah.
I gotta read it. I heard about it, but I don't know the exact details of it. You know, but I did hear of it before, and I know about that. But it was go ahead and explain it.
Yeah, I don't know the lore too much of it, but it was in Sleepy Hollow. There's an actual town there. I want to say about a 20-minute drive from Scarsdale. So, but like I said, it's a very different side of New York that people should definitely check out. You know, one of the things I like about New York compared to like other cities in the States is you guys still have castles.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You
we do. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any other cities that still have like castles. You know, we got the Belvedere Castle up in Central Park. Then you got the tunnel, which used to be, I think it was a castle or it was an armory or something like that. So you got that as well. Yeah, New York. I just wish the inflation didn't take an effect, man. Now, enough of that boring talk. I want to talk a little bit about the Keys and intuition situation there.
All right, so let me read this first. For
Okay.
some reason, I didn't turn this game off once and kept doubling down. Well, that's great. That's a fan. That is a fan. That's great that you didn't. But because you knew if they lost this game, it would have been over. Lights out. Going fishing. You know what I'm saying? And Knicks have looked better for entire series. Like I was saying that when I was in MSG earlier, yesterday, Knicks could have easily been up 2-0 in this series. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, that's why I wasn't killing the Knicks at all. I was just saying, I said they played well. They just couldn't finish it off at the end of the games. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't nothing to where I seen where the Knicks embarrassed themselves to where it was just so disgusting to watch. Even choking the lead away, they were still making buckets. It was just that they were making twos while Indiana was making threes. They've been hot from the 3-point line in that final 2.5 minutes. So
yeah, you trade points like that. That's gonna that's gonna keep up. That's gonna take effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't trade. It's not as bad as trading field goals for touchdowns.
Right.
Or trading touchdowns for field goals.
Field goals, because
but as it keeps going each
they
quarter,
were still chipping away. Indiana was chipping away. You was making twos while they were making threes, so they were still chipping away at that lead. And then now you got to be perfect for the line. And then the Knicks did have a couple of turnover in that. But I just think that Indiana just took it. I don't think the Knicks played it a bad series at all for losing the first 2 games. You're right. The clothing was perfect tonight. But the closing was perfect tonight. $100 million contract if they go to the finals. See, now I'm not. I wouldn't do all that. But James Dolan was the type of owner that would just throw money around it to Jerome James and stuff like that. Eddie Curry. So, but yeah, I would give him a 5-year contract extension. Oh, you know what? 3-year contract extension. I'll give him an extension.
And the first time I hear about these $100 million contracts for coaches, I think it was what the heck is that coach's name that won the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Bucks? Then he ended up going back to the Raiders. Oh, John Gruden. That's it.
Oh, he got paid. Yeah, he got paid. Yeah.
Oh man, I think that was the very first time we heard about a coach getting a $100 million contract.
Right.
And I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the Keys and intuition situation. It's funny because and I went on Keith's panel earlier today for a little
Okay.
bit. I got to take some accountability for it because I guess I can say I was the instigator. Some people
It
have
was
pointed
you.
that.
It was Auto Will. Auto Will.
Some people have pointed that out to me that I was the instigator. Your boy Carter 4 dropped a dime on me on
Carter was
towards
over there too. Carter was there.
yeah. I mean, he dropped a dime on me though and told I don't know if it was on Mintuition's panel or if it was Mintuition on Primo's panel. I forgot. But yeah, he said, yeah, Artie Will was the one that he's like, I didn't want to be a snitch or nothing, but I didn't feel a type of way about it. But, and the thing was like, and I know that me, you and Steve were on the panel and we pretty much squashed it. And I was let sleeping dogs lie. But what I didn't like about it was, remember you mentioned that you were thinking about going to Brazil, right?
Right.
And I put down in Portuguese, I said, nos vamos encontrar no Brasil, which pretty much means let's meet in Brazil. But he translated it into something that was sus and zesty. And he tried to make me sound zesty. He was trying to say, he took a translation and say, I will see you in Brazil or I forgot, but it sounded, yeah, it sounded kind of zesty. And I didn't like that. So that's pretty much, and then of course he made that comment about Keith saying Keith got no game. That's why he didn't enjoy himself in Brazil. And I was like, okay, I see Keith live. I'll let Keith know this is what Steve said.
Oh yeah. So you were the instigator.
I
You
was.
Auto Will was the instigator in that whole thing.
I was, and Carter 4 let it be known it was me too. But I didn't think it would go that because at the time I thought they squashed it because I thought they were gonna talk business about paying the $1,300 for each and all that. So I just didn't really say anything. I was like, cool. They squashed it and everything. But again, I guess I don't know what happened. See, this is the problem with Steve. If you notice, you, Steve, and my boy Marty McFly, aka Jobless Gentleman Journey, when they pulled up on your panel, right?
Right.
He had all the time to say something to Marty if there was something he didn't disagree with. What does he do? He waits until the live ends, and then he runs the live to do a reaction. He does a reaction to Marty on your panel. He does a reaction live.
Right.
I was like, I'm sorry to say, but that's some whole ass. Yeah. I guess this would be the term. That's white boy tactics.
Right.
Yeah.
Right well, yeah. Well, like I said, man, that was an epic story. I was with Kid Greatness walking, and they was hitting Kid Greatness up in his live stream chat. Saying, "Yo, tell Raze that Keith pulled up on Mitsubishi and Steve on a live, but Kid Greatness didn't know what was going on. He was like, yo, Raze, they said this guy's." Got pulled up on. So I was like, oh, okay. So we started talking about it on Kid Greatness live when we was walking around the city. So that was just epic. I mean, this just been an epic 48 hours, what I'm saying, of on YouTube, what I'm saying? So yeah,
well,
but
you guys were on 48 hours?
About my fault, about 24 hours. Well, I guess about 24, 36. This time fly quick, 24 hours or 48.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let you go ahead and read.
He said, I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, but Knicks gotta win this ish. Shout out to Carlo. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We covered the Knicks playoff run. Hopefully they could come back and get it to a game 7. Carlos. They got game 5. They did a great job. But yeah, I root for the Nets too. I'm gonna wear this Nets hat on at the Garden, game 5. I'm gonna do a social experiment and wear this Nets hat out there. See what happened. I'm going viral with that. I'm going viral that night at the Garden. I might get jumped. So
still don't like that there's two New York teams. I know football has it, but
Football and baseball got it. Come on, we got
I
in hockey.
know.
We got all.
Well, but come on. Okay, so all right, football.
Mhm.
That was a long time ago, though. You know, when they established that. Baseball, definitely a long time ago. I think I don't know when the Mets
Baseball
started
has to have three.
because
We used to have
they used to be
the
New York
Brooklyn Dodgers,
and
the
New
New
York
York
Giants.
Giants, and
Yeah.
oh, matter of fact, no, the Brooklyn Giants, New York. No, my fault. The Brooklyn Dodgers, the New York Giants at the Polo Grounds, the Yankees, right? And then
That's right. You had
when the
the
Dodgers left,
Yankees.
all right, three. Then when the Dodgers left, that's when the Mets were founded. So yeah.
That's crazy. Because I felt that adding another team, especially in the basketball world, I felt that was going to cut into the fan base of the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
They have a very loyal and
Yeah, it gets passed down by generation to generation. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that's why that happened. The Nets haven't been here long enough. You know, the Nets have been in Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
And that's almost
that. You know,
almost the same thing I feel with
that
football.
takes a while.
Yeah, with football too, right? You got what, the Baltimore Ravens and the Washington Commanders, I think they're called. And
Right.
the thing is, like, the only reason why now that the Ravens have a fan base because they're quite successful and they got the 2 Super Bowls, and and they got it in a shorter period of time than what the Redskins got in their Super Bowl. So that you take away those 2 Super Bowls, you think the Ravens would have that fan base?
Yeah, you would think, but yeah.
But I do think it cuts in. Yeah, it cuts into the fan base though, like because Redskins at the time and when they had Mark Rippon, I guess. Yeah, they were on their way to becoming a dynasty.
Right.
Yeah.
And shout out to Milano, Popeye. Yeah, Popeye the Stellar Man. Boop, boop.
Popeye was a real guy. Believe it or not, he was a real sailor. I don't know if he came from Ireland or
the documentary. You seen the documentary of it? I'm gonna have to go on YouTube and see the documentary of Popeye, the real sailor man.
Yeah,
I did hear that. I think I heard that, but in my lifetime that he was. So
yeah, I think it's based out of Chicago somewhere. And he actually opened a bar. And one of his customers that he told his stories about, always getting into fights, and then some of the fights he got into.
I heard something about that. He was a real life guy. Yeah. The cartoon was based on a real life person.
Yes, he got into a fight. As a matter of fact, the guy that was based on that real life person, where he's buried, his nickname in quotations is Popeye.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what happened was the one of his customers at the bar was just listening to a lot of his stories, him getting into fights. One of the reasons why his face got deformed was from getting into fights. And that guy ended up writing the story. He ended up writing the script for Popeye. He pretty much was the creator. The guy that was in his bar.
Okay.
It's really unique.
All right. Well, thank you. Well, Oliver, thank you for coming up. We're on a 2 hour mark, and that's what I think we did a great job with this tonight. Doing a recap of the Knicks' great victory, 20-point comeback. We'll see if they can pull it out. Tie the series up on Tuesday. We're all gonna be watching. We come live before the game. I'll probably be at the Garden before the game, and then do a post show after. No, I'm gonna go to the Garden when they come back to the Garden for Game 5.
You're gonna do a watch party though, right? You're not gonna go into the Garden, right?
No, not into the Garden. I'm not paying thousands of dollars, $100, whatever, for the nosebleed or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
just do a watch party.
You do a watch party, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna play it by ear, but I'm excited that it's 2-1 now and not 3-0. So there is some hope. So it's going to be fun over the next few days still in this city for Knicks basketball. You know, so thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for your donations. Any final words on the wheel? What you got?
No, man, this is a great live, and I'm going to catch up to your last live that you did with the smoke show. I'm definitely going to catch up on that. I enjoyed. It looks like B Dub and Poppy Rico both pulled up, and I
Yeah,
know
crazy.
they had a
Everybody
little
pulled up.
quote unquote friendly banter against each other, and then more people pulled up and more B Dub. I'm telling you, man, B Dub has seemed to have found a I wouldn't say a home, but he'd be like a great recurring star into your lives.
Well, yeah, I mean, long as that, hey, yeah. I mean, he comes and bring the fire and the smoke. You know what I'm saying? That's for sure. So, you know, it's always fun to see him when he pop up. Definitely.
It is. He definitely. Yeah. I know there are a couple of times you got to hit that TMC. I noticed you changed the music, but it works. It works with the new music. The new
No, I mean, well, no, YouTube. That's a YouTube thing. I mean, well, StreamYard changed it. StreamYard added that was a StreamYard. I mean, I could do my own. I could do my own thing, but that was by default. StreamYard changed it.
I know StreamYard you're still paying like monthly payments on it. Have you thought about as an alternative using Zoom? I don't know.
$44. Now I gotta learn Zoom. See, that's a whole nother thing. I know what Zoom is free, right? Or what?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's free for like. Oh, there is a limitation. That's right. If you want to use it for free, I think you're limited to like an hour or something.
Oh, yeah, I can't use.
I don't know. I haven't used Zoom in a long time, so I don't know if they made any changes to it.
Well, I'm paying $44 a month for StreamYard. So how much? Well, I got to see how much the monthly rate is for Zoom.
Zoom? It's definitely not as much as 44. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't know because I'm pretty sure prices changed. I didn't really think about it because whenever I participated in Zoom meetings, I would just click on the link and just join the meeting. So I never really hosted one. So I don't. Yeah, I'd have to see exactly, but that could be an alternative. Microsoft. I don't know how Microsoft Teams would work with YouTube, but I know a lot of businesses use Microsoft Teams.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll look into all that.
Yeah.
Try to save some money. Okay.
Yeah, and then you still got Discord. Again, I don't know how. I know there's a couple of YouTubers that'll use Discord, as opposed to like StreamYard, and I don't know if Discord there's basic levels so you can use Discord that's free, but I'm pretty sure if you want to upgrade, there might be some monthly cost to it. But again, I don't think it's going to be 40 something.
Right.
All right, man. Hey, man, great live. Thanks for having me on the panel.
All right, salute.
Right,
yeah, guys, shout out to everybody. Shout out to All the Wheel for coming up here, talking some Knicks basketball and dabble into some of the travel space for a little bit. Thank you everybody who donated. Thank you. Let's go Knicks. Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Let's make it. Let's tie it up 2-2, and let's celebrate. But shout out to you guys, man. I'm Raze, and I am out.